everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we've got a handful of phrases to dive into, so let's get started. 1. Wipe off or wipe off. Alright, our first idiom of the day is wipe off. It's a straightforward phrase, but one that plays a crucial role in daily chores. Imagine you spill something on a table, what do? You wipe it off. For example, she wiped off the dust from the old bookshelf. Simple, yet effective. 2. On-the-job training. Now let's switch gears to on-the-job training. Ever wondered how you gain skills while working? That's on-the-job training for you. An example could be, did you get on-the-job training here? It's all about learning while doing. 3. No joke. Moving on to no joke. This phrase is used to underline seriousness. For instance, this project deadline is no joke. We need everyone's full commitment. It's like saying, don't take it lightly. It's serious business. 4. When did you start? Here's a question we often use: when did you start? Fill in the blank with any activity or habit. For instance, when did you start dyeing your hair? It's a great way to learn more about someone's experiences. 5. Intense. And finally, intense. When we say someone is intense, we mean they're very serious and focused. Maria's intense dedication to her work often leads her to achieve outstanding results. So, when you're deep into something, you're being intense. There you have it, folks. Another round of Power English idioms. Let's keep practicing, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Happy learning.
And I'm Cameron.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about coffee because we have a business dialogue about being a professional barista.
Yes.
Barista. Yes.
So it's interesting, this word, you say barista, I say barista.
Barista.
Yeah, so or E. They both work. They're both fine.
Okay.
You'll hear both of them.
Okay. Barista.
But, yeah.
I think the more common is barista. Barista.
Yeah, it could
barista.
just be an individual thing.
Yeah.
Maybe regional or
right.
generational. I don't know. But
barista is the best. The Korean barista.
Yeah.
So our subtitle is through on-the-job training. Okay. So, thorough. That's a big mistake, and it's very easily made. Thorough and through.
Yes.
Difference.
So this is very commonly, I make this mistake all the time.
Yeah.
The word
Spelling.
through, 뭐뭐를 통해,
Yeah.
versus thorough, which is 철저한. 철저한.
Yes.
They're very close in spelling, but thorough means completely done.
Okay, completely done. On-the-job training?
Yes.
So, on-the-job is like one word.
Yes.
With a hyphen. On, hyphen, the, hyphen, job.
Yes.
What is on-the-job training?
On-the-job training is training that you receive while you are working. You don't train first and then work.
Yeah.
It's just while you're working, you're learning at the same time.
That's a great expression. And it happens to be one of our expressions today. Let's look at the other two. Wipe off something.
You're cleaning something, it was dirty, or there's like a stain, and you're taking like a cloth or, I don't know, paper towel and getting rid of it, wiping it off.
All right. And if you say, it's no joke.
It means it's very serious or it's very intense. Yeah.
So it's not necessarily like, that's not a joke.
No. It's saying like, this is serious, or this is big, or this is a big deal.
Okay, so we're not talking about joking at all.
Yeah.
Very good. Let's go ahead and listen to our dialogue.
Besides making coffee drinks, what else do you have to know how to do?
Pretty much everything. I started here just wiping off tables, taking out the trash, and washing the dishes.
It sounds like pretty thorough on-the-job training. When did you start making coffee?
My boss is pretty serious about coffee. I had to learn to roast the coffee beans before I was allowed to make a single cup of espresso.
He sounds pretty intense.
For him, making the best coffee in town is no joke.
Let's start the dialogue. Kat says, besides making coffee drinks, what else do you have to know how to do? Okay. So what else do you do, right?
Yeah, baristas don't just make coffee.
Oh.
They have other things they have to do as well.
Okay. Danny says pretty much everything, which means everything.
Everything. Pretty much. Almost everything.
Almost everything. I started here just wiping off tables, taking out the trash, and washing the dishes. Okay, so it's not just, making coffee, but you wipe off tables.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so the word wipe off that we talked about in the intro means to clean something. So you could just say, I wipe tables. But wipe off tables makes it feel like there is something on the table, like crumbs or dirt or a stain that you are removing.
Yeah.
Just wipe tables. It may already be clean.
Yeah.
And you're just wiping it again.
Right.
Wipe off means you're taking something that was dirty and making it clean again.
Okay, so wipe off. You can wipe off the foundation on your face. Too, right?
If you have makeup and you're taking one of those cloths, you can wipe it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does Kat say?
It sounds like pretty thorough on-the-job training. When did you start making coffee?
Okay, if it is thorough, like we said before, it's like complete, right? On-the-job training. So this sounds like really serious on-the-job training.
Yes.
Let's talk about it one more time.
Right. On-the-job training is a very common expression you'll come across whenever a job is going to teach you how to do something while you are doing it.
Yes.
So they're not going to put you in a room with a book and you study.
Yeah.
On-the-job training is, okay, the store is about to open, so please go and start sweeping the floors. You're just, as you're working, you are learning as you go.
Okay, so on-the-job training, great. And then Kat says, when did you start making coffee? So when did you start doing something is our power pattern.
This is a great expression because you often want to know when someone starts something that is longer, not just like, when did you start sleeping?
Yeah.
Like, I was sleeping 30 minutes ago. Like when they're learning a new skill or when they've started a new job. This is a great expression for that. Right. When did you start? And then verb ing.
Verb ing. Okay, when did you start? All right. So then, what does Danny say?
My boss is pretty serious about coffee. I had to learn to roast the coffee beans before I was allowed to make a single cup of espresso.
So you don't become a barista, start making coffee right away.
No.
Right? You start from the bottom. You're like kind of what is that, when you work in the restaurant, you like wash dishes.
Yeah.
When you get in
a dishwasher,
Or just chop the vegetables, right? So here he said, he learned to roast the coffee before he was allowed to make coffee.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So he had to learn the basic stuff before he was allowed to do, the more complicated stuff. Because that espresso is going to a customer.
Right.
They want to, you want to give good products to your customer.
Sure. Okay. And Kat says he sounds pretty intense.
Yeah.
Okay. Here is our word today, intense. Intense. What does this mean?
So intense has very many meanings in English. Like you can talk about like an intense ski trail, right? Where it's just like a very difficult ski slope, right?
So it could be difficult, yes.
It can mean difficult. It can also mean extreme.
Yeah.
And that's more what is being used here because when you talk about a person who is intense, they are very serious.
Right.
And they know what they want and they talk about it and they're very strong. Right?
There is that stereotype of like artists being very intense.
Yeah.
Right? It's like very like can be difficult and very moody and you know
Right.
the genius, you know, that kind of thing.
Right.
They
It's
can be
the
very
opposite.
intense.
It's the opposite of light.
Yes.
Like, wow, let's just get along. Everything's
Right.
great. No, they're like, tell me what you think about life.
Right. How do you feel about death?
Yeah, where do you think we go after we die? Like the person that has no light questions but only very heavy questions, you would call them intense.
Yeah, that's right.
Or-
it's just a little too serious.
Or that person who's like, I love you so much. I would die for you. Please. Like the person who like is overly serious about love and dating and marriage. Like
Right. It's
that
just-
type of person can be too much and be very intense.
Right. It feels heavy,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good word. All right. So then Danny says for him, making the best coffee in town is no joke. So his boss is very serious about making the best coffee.
Yes.
So what does this mean? No joke.
Right. So here, no joke means that he is very serious. Making the best coffee, it isn't, la, 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 let's have fun while we make coffee. Ha ha. It's like, no, we are giving this product to our customers.
Yeah.
So we are going to find the best beans.
Best beans.
We're going to find the best roaster.
Yeah.
We're gonna roast these beans as coffee beans to perfection. And then we are going to focus 100%
Yeah.
on that drip
Okay.
from that espresso machine.
All right.
And get exactly 92 grams of coffee into that cup.
Okay, you're very intense right now.
Yeah, so that intensity means that for him, the coffee is no joke.
Yeah.
It's not something to have fun with.
Yeah.
It's like, no,
Right.
this is serious.
So say, for example, like that physics class is no joke.
Yeah.
It's saying, wow, it's really hard.
It's a hard class.
It's a hard class.
You're going to have to study.
That's right. It's really serious.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll give you more examples in just a bit. Let's go ahead and listen to that dialogue one more time.
Besides making coffee drinks, what else do you have to know how to do?
Pretty much everything. I started here just wiping off tables, taking out the trash, and washing the dishes.
It sounds like pretty thorough on-the-job training. When did you start making coffee?
My boss is pretty serious about coffee. I had to learn to roast the coffee beans before I was allowed to make a single cup of espresso.
He sounds pretty intense.
For him, making the best coffee in town is no joke.
Okay, it's time for Power Note. Let's do a quick review. Wipe off something
Yes.
means to clean or dry a surface by rubbing or wiping. Wipe off.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, there's that expression, wipe off that grin on your face. Okay,
yeah.
we'll talk about that in just a bit. All right, excuse me, could you please wipe off this table?
No problem, sir. I'll be right back with a towel.
Yeah, you know when you go to a restaurant,
And it's like a little dirty.
it's a little dirty. Excuse me, could you wipe off the table?
Yeah.
Okay. After it rained, we wiped off the tables and chairs so customers could sit outside.
Yes. Same thing. You're cleaning the tables. You can also wipe off spaghetti sauce from a child's face. You know when children eat spaghetti, the sauce is all over their face.
Oh, forehead,
you
eyes,
have to
everywhere.
wipe off their face.
Yeah, wipe off their face.
Yeah.
You can, you know, I'm sorry, but you got to wipe their little behinds.
Yeah, their butt.
Yeah, when you change the diapers.
Yeah. But like you said earlier, there is an expression, wipe the smile off your face. That means like get rid of that smile.
Why? Why are you saying that?
So maybe someone isn't taking a situation seriously. They're smiling.
Yeah.
But another person's like, no,
It's serious.
this is serious.
Stop smiling.
Wipe that smile off your face.
Yeah.
Yeah. My parents would say that to me sometimes.
Yeah.
I have a thing. When people get angry,
Yeah.
I find it very funny. It doesn't matter. Just anyone angry. So if my parents got
Really?
angry,
You would laugh?
I would just start smiling.
Oh, no.
I'm like, I couldn't stop it.
Really?
Yeah.
How about as an adult? Do you do that when someone gets angry?
Yes.
You still do?
So like when I see people outside that are like fighting,
Yeah.
you know, every once in a while you'll see someone on
right.
the street fighting. I think it's so hilarious.
Really?
Yeah. Because I don't know.
It's entertaining.
Yeah, because I get mad and angry sometimes too. So, but just looking at people angry, the face gets really funny. But yeah, my parents would often say, wipe that smile off your face.
Right.
Don't smile. Yeah.
Oh, that's really funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know I'm
Sorry.
terrible. I'm awful, but it's so true.
But, I'm glad you can find the humor. Instead of being so serious. Good for you.
It gets me in so much trouble.
Oh, it gets you in trouble, though.
Yeah.
On-the-job training is a training where you actually learn to do the job while you have the job.
Yes.
Okay? Did you get on-the-job training here?
No, we actually have a 2-week training course before starting work.
Yeah. And so this is common, right? Normally, I think this is more so that you start with an orientation training or some sort of training course, 1 month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But then some jobs come to the office and you train as you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Even doctors receive some form of on-the-job training.
That's true.
Yeah.
Doctors are a mixture. So they first start at medical school, learning the basics. But then after that, they have residency.
Sure.
Where they're actually working in the hospital.
Right.
And the superior doctors, the ones above them, they are the ones that are teaching them as they work.
Right.
How to be a good surgeon or whatever.
Okay. If you say that something is no joke, okay, what does this mean?
It means it's serious or no, this is real. I'm not lying. I'm not joking.
Right. Okay. Do you actually believe in aliens and UFOs? That's hilarious.
It's no joke. There's a lot of evidence proving those things are real.
Yeah, so you're really serious.
Yeah.
You believe it. Sunburn is no joke because it can eventually lead to skin cancer.
Yeah.
So sunburn is actually very serious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I remember when I was a kid, I got a sunburn. And then your skin comes off and you're like, this is so funny.
That was the best part.
But it's actually not funny. Because it's damaging your skin. So that's how you say it.
I tell you, I lived by the beach since I was in junior high school.
Yeah.
And you get burned. And that skin peeling was so much fun. Our friends and I did it with each other. Can you do my back? I'll do your back.
See who can pull the biggest.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But it's actually no joke.
It's no joke.
It's a serious thing that you should try to avoid.
Let's give one more example of how we can use this expression.
So you might talk about, like you said, a school course being no joke, meaning that's very difficult.
Yeah.
Or even like a training session.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you're working out. Ooh. Yeah.
That was no joke.
If you do personal training with him, it's no joke.
Right.
He's a very intense personal trainer.
Right. This month we've been talking about hiking.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a trail.
That trail's no joke.
That trail is no joke. Up Chirisan?
Yeah.
Oh, not anyone can go up there.
No, it's triple black diamond superior. I don't know what the scales for hiking are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our pattern today is when did you start verb ing? So here's the question. When did you start dyeing your hair?
When did you start studying Spanish? So these are both things that it's not like you started today. These are things that you've habitually done, things that you do over and over for a long time, probably months or years.
Right, yeah. When did you start learning Korean?
I started in 2015.
Wow, you remember exactly?
Yeah,
wow.
When did you start making kimchi?
I started about 6-7 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not something you did as a child.
No.
But you have been doing it for a few years now.
That's right, on my own. Okay, so intense is our power vocab, which means that it's really kind of serious. It could be difficult. It could be serious, depending on the context.
Yeah, extreme.
Extreme. Do check out the definition on page 96, and let's thank our sponsor.
한국도익위원회에서